Emotional detachment. A path to self-preservation. Emotional detachment doesn't mean apathy. It doesn't mean becoming cold, cruel, or disconnected from love. In the context of personal relationships, especially romantic ones, it often means choosing self-respect over emotional dependency. When you realize that someone consistently disrespects you, even after you've clearly expressed your boundaries, emotional detachment becomes an act of self-preservation. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." Emotional detachment is precisely about that, becoming aware of what's driving your attachment, fear, loneliness, trauma, and consciously choosing to break free from it. Key insights on emotional detachment. When respect is repeatedly violated, withdrawal is self-protection. The video begins by addressing a painful reality. When someone, even if not abusive, keeps disrespecting you despite you asserting your boundaries, the only option left is withdrawal. This is not about punishment, it's about removing access. People learn how to treat you based on what you tolerate. If they experience no consequences for continued disrespect, they assume your boundaries are negotiable. Emotional detachment, in this case, is not emotional abandonment, it's self-honoring. Carl Jung lens, repeated disrespect activates unresolved patterns in our psyche, often from childhood. We subconsciously reenact abandonment or rejection wounds until we become conscious enough to break the loop. Fear of being alone is the trap that keeps us tolerating disrespect. Why don't we leave when we're being disrespected? Because, as the speaker states, we're terrified of being alone. Most people don't choose disrespect. They settle for it because the alternative feels scarier. Ironically, staying with the wrong person often leads to greater loneliness than walking away ever would. Emotional detachment requires courage. It means walking straight into the fear of solitude and finding power on the other side of it. Psychological insight. Codependency isn't just emotional, it's neurological. Our brains associate connection with survival. Detachment feels like death. But over time, your nervous system learns that solitude is safe and powerful. Why a strong social network is essential for emotional independence. A recurring insight from the video is this: you're more likely to stay in toxic relationships if you lack emotional support outside of them. Without a social network, your relationship becomes your only lifeline. That's how codependency forms. A healthy support system acts as a buffer between you and emotional desperation. It gives you a safety net so that you're not tolerating abuse or disrespect just to avoid being alone. Carl Jung perspective. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. But isolation traps you in a one-sided reaction. Community helps rebalance your inner alchemy. Understanding core needs in relationships. The 3 A's. Why women emotionally disconnect when one is missing. In the video, The female speaker introduces a powerful framework for understanding emotional connection from a woman's perspective. The 3 A's: attraction, physical and sexual chemistry, admiration, respect for who he is without her influence, adoration, feeling cherished, loved, reassured. When even one of these is missing, the relationship slowly decays. Emotional detachment, in this case, is not a choice. It's a symptom of unmet needs. Women who stay with a man they admire but aren't attracted to will eventually feel trapped. Those who are adored but don't admire their partner will feel unfulfilled. Those who are attracted but not adored will feel invisible. Emotional truth. A woman needs to feel seen, valued, and proud of the man she's with. If she has to beg for validation, the love she gives turns into exhaustion. The 3 L's. Why men detach when they lack these core needs. Men, on the other hand, need 3 things to remain deeply connected: lust, sexual attraction, and connection. Labor, emotional and / or financial investment in the woman. Loyalty, feeling like she's exclusively his and committed. When a man doesn't invest in a woman, doesn't take her out, do things for her, or put effort in, he has nothing at stake emotionally. And when there's no loyalty or intimacy, especially in a hypersexualized world flooded with pornography, his motivation to stay loyal collapses. Carl Jung interpretation. Lust, labor, and loyalty reflect archetypal needs: the warrior, the provider, and the guardian. A man needs to feel like all 3 to stay fully emotionally engaged. Don't be the easy one. Emotional labor builds commitment. Women often believe that being cool, low maintenance, or unproblematic will make men commit. The opposite is true. If a man invests no emotional or material labor in you, he is less likely to value the connection. Labor creates emotional equity. When a woman makes it too easy, no expectations, no standards, no effort required, she becomes the hookup, not the partner. Psychological truth. People value what they work for. Emotional detachment is often a direct result of one-sided investment, especially when the man hasn't had to earn the connection. The path to healthy detachment. The 3M method. The speaker shares a program called the 3M method, a step-by-step roadmap for men to build emotionally healthy relationships. Master yourself. Without self-respect and confidence, you'll attract relationships based on fear and validation. Master women. Understand the difference between what women say and what they respond to emotionally. Master relationships. Learn communication, conflict resolution, and how to build long-term emotional safety. This method isn't about manipulating anyone. It's about becoming so grounded and emotionally whole that you naturally attract relationships that are worthy of you. Conclusion. Detachment is a doorway to power. Carl Jung taught that individuation, the journey of becoming your true self, requires separating from the unconscious attachments that bind us. Emotional detachment, when done consciously, isn't about becoming cold or distant. It's about choosing yourself over cycles of disrespect, over dependency, and fear. You don't detach because you don't care. You detach because you finally do. Key takeaways. Emotional detachment begins when repeated disrespect meets inner boundaries. Fear of being alone is the biggest obstacle to walking away, but also the biggest illusion. A strong social support system gives you the strength to make better romantic decisions. Understand the 3 A's for women: attraction, admiration, adoration, and the 3 L's for men: lust, labor, loyalty. Don't remove a man's need to invest in you. It's the labor that deepens his love. Detachment doesn't end love. It reveals whether love was ever truly there.